George Costa, Rennen Design Group, team manager for Answer-Rennen. We're here on BMX Hood on sugarcane.com. We're at South Park, Pennsylvania BMX National, and we're going to run you through some of our great sponsors here that support the Answer-Rennen program. Obviously from last year, we're still riding, Answer products, S-Squared products. New for this year are two new sponsors. One is GForm, which is an impact protection, very noticeable yellow padding that a lot of our riders are running on the knee and shin pads. I'll get a rider over here and we'll show you what's going on. This is Brandon Crane. We did a little interview earlier. He's just going to be our model right now. That's GForm stuff. GForm shin pads, GForm knee pads. It's a soft padding, but it has a special technology that when it gets a hard fast impact, it hardens up like a hard plastic. It's a unique form of protection that is great for BMX. It's really flexible, lightweight, and the stuff's just awesome. So they're based out of New England, Providence, Rhode Island. The company was started at MIT. I have that MIT connection too, so it's kind of works out for everybody. They're new for this year, and also new for this year, actually extremely new. This is the second racer we've been debuting this stuff, is Pedros. So Pedros is a bike care and tool company, and they're most famously known for their Sin Lube, this is a 24-year-old formulation that started in 1989. These guys are based out of New England. It was actually a project, I believe, at Tufts University, an MBA project, and they were assigned to create a business. So the two original owners started a chain lube company. Chain lube company grew to bike care products, Bike Lust. This is a bike polish, silicone based. It has a UV protectant, won't let your decals fade, makes your bike look fresh. They have a citrus-based degreaser, biodegradable. It's called Orange Peels. They have a biodegradable grease called BioGrease. All of the bike care products are all manufactured in Massachusetts, so that's a really cool thing. Something that they started getting into in the last couple of years was tools, and this is a pretty badass toolkit that they make. It's called the Master Toolkit. It's a plastic, durable, briefcase, folds up pretty small, but I think this kit has about 65 tools in it or so, and it pretty much has almost everything you need. Comes with a torque wrench, comes with these really nice Pedros socket ratchet wrenches, and one of the unique things that they have is very applicable to BMXers. It's this tool called the Vice Whip. So if you've ever taken a cog off of a cassette, you need a chain whip. And this is a unique tool that they developed, which is basically a modified pair of vice grips that locks into the cog right there with those rollers. You lock it down, and then you use a wrench on the lock nut side to take off your cog and do a gear change. So that's a pretty unique thing. It comes in this kit. These great guys based out of the Northeast, and they're helping support our program. The last thing that I'd like to show you from them is their bike stand. Their bike stand's really, really nice. It has this quick clamp, like woodworking technology here. You can open it up real easily, get your bike in there, lock it down, and then clamp it in place. It's got a million adjustments. Rotate it around, lock it down, change the height, up and down. For anyone that after a hard day wrenching on the bike, they want to open up a Cerveza, there's a bottle cap opener right here built into the stand. So they actually have two of those. It's pretty funny. Pedros is traditionally a road and mountain bike brand, and I think this is, I want to say this is their first foray into BMX as far as sponsoring a team, and one of their goals is to kind of brand the company with little kids who are going to see this. There's kids on this team that when we announced it, they were asking, what is this? And if you've been around cycling for a long time, the name, the brand. I mean, they are pretty well known, but not to the BMX crowd. So I think it's a really cool thing that they made this effort to get into it. So that's pretty much it for what's going down here under the pit. The only last thing that is new is the Rennen Smart Sprint. This is a BMX specific bicycle speedometer. So it has all the traditional features of a regular speedometer, but it also gives you things like 0 to 20. So that's how long it takes to go from 0 to 20 miles an hour. A built-in distance timer. So you can set the bike up. You can set this up to measure a 100-foot sprint, a 1,500-foot sprint, a track lap, and if you clear it before you take off, it'll give you the time to that distance, and it's programmable. So, and then you get, all the other speedometer things like max speed and whatnot. So this has been the most successful, the hottest selling thing I've ever come up with. So you can pick them up at all of the major brands, Time to Shine, Dance Comp, J&R Bikes, WPS is distributing them. You can order them directly from Rennen Design Group. They're out there, so.
And I wanted to say a couple of things. You're like one of the most important companies, in my opinion, in BMX, because you do some groundbreaking and innovative things as far as like training and just the technology that you incorporate. Like you really dig deep into the real science behind BMX racing and sprints and training methods and things like that, man. So I definitely wanted to give you props on that, man.
Thank you very much. I mean, basically, this is why I started Rennen, and if I wasn't trying to do those things, I'm not going to have the company. So, we're going to keep on trying to push that envelope. We're going to keep on trying to do that stuff. You're never going to see us just brand something that everyone else makes or we order out of a catalog or whatever. We're always developing stuff and creating it and just looking for that little edge. So it's what I can do.
And he actually rides, he races and he also hits the trails. So hopefully, sometime this year we can go back to the trails and do and show off a little bit like we did a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Well, Kingston, we're definitely doing that trail session again. Right. So if you want to do a jump contest against me again like we did before, old school style. So we could definitely do that. I could do a couple of Hannahs maybe. All right. Crash.
We'll get that. We definitely need to document that.
Definitely, for sure. George Costa, team manager, Answer-Rennen, owner, Rennen Design Group, on BMX Hood, on sugarcane.com. Back to you, Billy.